Hi, I'm Hattie. I host Apple Music's Proud Radio. I'm thrilled to be joined by three people making a difference. Janelle Monáe, Billy Porter, and King Princess. Thank you so much for chatting to us. We've got Cheat Queen, the album of 2019. We have Pose, the best TV series of all time. And we have the Oscars 2020, a real moment in time from you there, Janelle. I wondered how you guys think those three statements from you three human beings are helping to change and further the queer conversation, the LGBT conversation.
I think that there's kind of two parallel, like simultaneous parallel lines going on. There's visibility, which is obviously this kind of never ending and ever growing transformation into putting queer people in a place where you can actually look up, you know, a queer artist and have a collection of queer artists, not just one person representing a diverse and, you know, extraordinary large community of people. But then simultaneously, there's also quality.
So I think about these women in Pose. I think about the idea that no training, no opportunity because of that, no opportunities, no training, no jobs, no nothing. They come in, somebody finally says, okay, we want some black trans girls, some trans women of color to come and star on a television show. And Pose is what you get? These women are better than everybody.
And I'm a big fan of Pose. I think that show has given hope. You know, just everybody a part of the LGBTQIA plus communities feel like the specificity is the hit. That's the hit. And I think being specific with your story and not thinking about fame and not thinking about money and not thinking about if this is marketable, that should be, in my opinion, the guide. Because as authentic as you make things, that is what we can relate to.
You three as individuals have a really strong visual identity and really play with the perceived idea of gender, whatever masculine and feminine might mean. As LGBTQI people, how political are the clothes that we wear?
So political because, well, I think when you are a queer person, everything, actually not even being a queer person, when you are somebody, some sort of minority, whatever you are, that becomes immediately a political identity. It is a suit of power. Like, I think that, you know, if I didn't have the access and ability to play dress up, then I wouldn't be happy in this body.
Yeah, I love what you're saying, and I see myself in that a lot. I love going outside the binary and challenging, you know, those gender binaries and gender norms and what it means to be masculine and feminine. It started off also with paying homage to working class people like my parents. You know, my mom, she used to wear a tuxedo when she would serve food at banquets as a waitress. She also was a custodian. My dad was a trash man. My stepdad, just like my dad, worked at the post office, and my grandmother served food in the county jail for like 25 years. So I had made the uniform for me, armor, also a way to bring my family and my community with me. I was allowed, because of being a performer, to spaces where, you know, you were in the rooms with people who were making way more money than we were, and that I've known and had, you know, more influence at the time. But it was like, yeah, I'm going to bring my family from Kansas. I'm going to bring these essential workers. I want to get rid of class. Like I'm like, how can we make our essential workers the heroes and the cool people? And how can we make how can we make citizenship and the protection of humanity cooler than capitalism? How can we, those who have a platform, share the mic?
You know, I have to say, coming from, you know, being first generation post-civil rights movement, you know, the clothes, my Aunt Dorothy always said, dress for the job you want, not the one you have. You know, I'm the kid who wore a blazer and tie to high school pretty much every day because white people went to private schools. white people made money. White people were successful. So I need to dress like white people when I go to school in my little suit and tie. So when I graduate, I can have me some money and a good job. Yeah. What's interesting to me is that the masculinity conversation began for me when I was 5. Mm-hmm. I was sent to a psychologist because I was way too much of a sissy for my family, who then looked at me after a year of visiting him every Wednesday after kindergarten and told my mother, oh, he'll be fine. He just needs to get a man around the house. It's fascinating because the very thing that I was told for my entire life was my liability became the point.
I think, let me, you know what? It's so funny. It's so interesting. Like, I look at us as like reflections of each other.
Yeah.
Like, how I see you is how I see myself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
if
absolutely.
I am uncomfortable with myself, I'm going to be uncomfortable with you.
Right.
It's so fascinating when you think about the people who are commenting, or they're uncomfortable, or they're showing disdain, or they're judging, or they're doing these things. It's like they really are looking to us to figure out, fuck, am I going to get free like this person?
Right.
Yes. When they're arguing with themselves.
Correct.
It's the work that I am doing when I'm, doing my trauma, like trying to release things that I've been afraid of, or things that have happened to me that I'm trying to let go. I'm realizing not to be mad at the people, because these people are still trying to figure out how to get free, because they have been marketed this box, this square, whatever it is that they're supposed to live in, and this way of life, this American dream, this promise to heaven, this fear of going to hell. Like, people have used religion, and they've used so many things to make people fearful that when they see somebody free,
they don't know what to do.
When they see a free ass motherfucker, they cannot figure it out, and it bothers them.
I understand, as a 21-year-old white girl from Brooklyn, I am not generationally in the same bracket of people who, for the most part, this is I'm an exception to many people who are still completely disenfranchised in the queer community. As a person with this upbringing, and I've become more and more, I'm not afraid of the people who are threatened because they don't understand. I'm scared of the people within our community, who want to comment on how you should express yourself as a queer person, because that's become a whole new conversation. Everyone is so certain of what it should mean to be a queer person that we are attacking each other's ability to express ourselves.
You have to lead. We are the revolution that we're waiting for. We got to lead. That's what this is about. I walked through the first part of my life so afraid to own my power. Because if I owned it, that was like being conceited or being puffed up. And I came across my favorite quote, Marianne Williamson: our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. And who am I to be fabulous, fierce, and something? She says, who am I not to be? That's what resonated. It was like, oh, wait, if I don't own it, then nobody else can know it. That is what is so powerful to me about the younger generation, which includes you, Janelle, and includes King Princess. And I say to you, King Princess, don't be discouraged. I'm telling you right now, the fact that you exist in this time is the blessing, is the gift, is the change in the conversation. That's the change. You represent the change.
Public celebrations of Pride are all cancelled this year. Well, we're still going to celebrate, right? How do you guys plan to celebrate this year?
I'm putting something special together that we can celebrate online, because this is not going to stop us. What I want to get at is just understanding that we're not all monolithic. We're not all the same. We all are not going to come out you know, in the same way that each other are. I didn't grow up in a family where I felt like I could, you know, speak. There are some people who feel like their lives are going to be threatened, their finances will be threatened if they are out. And I just hope that what we do this coming month, in June, is will give people community in a real way, to give a variety of different stories, the variety of different ways that it can happen for you, that you can live and walk in your truth and your purpose and create art and all those things, that you get to determine how you tell your story.
I'm going to be hanging out with my husband and watching Janelle. That's what I'm doing.
I'm trying to
I love that.
I'm almost just ready to just open up a big Zoom and just have a cocktail.
Have a dance party, bitches.
Have a dance party.
You guys have all been an absolute joy, and I'm so proud to be a part of your community, and I'm so proud of all the work you do. You are genuinely phenomenal individuals, and from all the other gays and queers around the world, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. You're so welcome, and I'll see you all soon, hopefully, in real life and in the flesh, no doubt.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.